Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the May 25th, 2017 edition of The Breast There Is, The Breast There Was, and The Breast There Ever Will Be Wrestling Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Mikey B, and this has been a big week in the WWE, starting with this weekend's pay-per-view Backlash, which was a Smackdown Live exclusive pay-per-view. In my opinion, there were a number of surprises which occurred, and as a result of these surprises, many of my picks were proved incorrect. The show opened well enough with the expected debut victory by Shinsuke Nakamura over the veteran jobber Dolph Ziggler. The second match also went as I expected, with the Usos retaining their tag team titles over Breezango. Beginning with match 3, my perfect prediction record went down the toilet. This third match was between Sami Zayn and Baron Corbin. Even though Sami Zayn is obviously one of the top in-ring talents in the company, and well liked by fans globally, likely because of his strong skill set, the WWE often makes him lose cleanly to other superstars. In my opinion, the company could easily do a program with Zayn playing his underdog role and make him overcome so many obstacles and go on and win a championship at WrestleMania. And I suspect that the fans in the WWE universe would not only believe it, but also love it. They did the same thing with Chris Benoit, Rey Mysterio, and Daniel Bryan, and the WWE universe loved all of it. The biggest reason why they would love it, like they did with the others, is because we fans love to see a deserving, hard-working wrestler get their chance to have the title. And something that Zayn has in common with those other men I named is that they are or were all terrific wrestlers. The fans have an easy time buying a story which has a very good wrestler being rewarded. Now, having said all that, I thought that Zayn would lose clean, as he has many times in recent months, with Baron Corbin, whom the company appears to be pushing, being the victor. The opposite occurred, however, as Zayn won the match clean. I was happy for him, even though it affected my prediction of the match. The next match was the boring 6-women tag team match between the Welcoming Committee and the team of Naomi, Charlotte Flair, and Becky Lynch. I thought with the amount of talent on the latter team that they would easily dominate the match and secure the victory, with possibly Charlotte Flair returning to her heel ways and attacking her teammates after the match. Instead, the horribly named The Welcoming Committee were victorious. The following match was the match which I was most excited about, as it had the chance to be one of the matches of the year, which was Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles for the WWE United States Championship. These are two of the best wrestlers in the company who have never fought one-on-one for a championship. And the match lived up to my high expectations, besides the cheap cop-out finish. You see, the match ended in an uncommon count-out. This outcome already rules us out as being a contender for the match of the year. I can't believe they chose this outcome instead of having a great finish with these two. Anyways, I had AJ Styles winning the belt, but Kevin Owens won by countout, retaining his title. Getting my predictions back on track, the next matchup, which was announced just days before the show, was between Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. And as I thought, Harper got the victory here. And now to the main event of the night, which was for the WWE Championship. Randy Orton was defending his title against Jinder Mahal. I said in my predictions that I believe that Jinder will be in the main event picture now for a while and would win the belt in a dirty way in the coming months. I did not believe that he would win in his first title shot. My future outlook happened at Backlash, though, as Jinder did win in a dirty way to capture his first WWE Championship. A shocking finish, to say the least. And while it's nice to give somebody else a shot with the title, and considering that the WWE is trying to expand their product in Asia, I guess Vince had Mahal pegged to represent that dream that anybody from anywhere can be the champion. I still personally don't like this decision, and it has nothing to do with Jinder Mahal as a wrestler. Jinder is a fine wrestler, but I simply don't like the idea of somebody winning the top prize who hasn't had any other major accomplishments in this company to date. The fans of the WWE Universe also have a difficult time embracing someone with such a hollow resume. Jinder has been a part of the company for a while now, so he's not brand new, having worked the WWE's grueling schedule for a few years. But still, the lack of any previous title history makes it a stretch for fans to respect Mahal very much as a wrestler. I wouldn't be surprised to see Mahal retain the title for at least a few months. So, after this poor outing by me, guessing just 3 out of 7 correctly this time, my overall record is 7 out of 14. I will get back on track next month and hopefully raise my percentage. Now, moving on to the 2 weekly shows, And as I've stated for the last several weeks, I'm only covering important events of the shows which further the story along. Monday Night Raw and Smackdown Live have appeared to have switched again, with one featuring lots of new storylines and the other treading water until their next pay-per-view show. Raw is now the program which is the boring one to watch, as most of their important matches are already locked in for the Extreme Rules pay-per-view in a few weeks' time. So we saw this week, and will continue to see next week, matches for the 5 different competitors in the fatal 5-way main event match to determine the number 1 contender for Brock Lesnar's Universal Championship the following month. Definitely one unexpected moment came when Paul Heyman interrupted Finn Balor, saying that Balor has caught his attention and thinks favorably of him. This is an interesting confrontation, as it would seem that Finn Balor now has the strongest odds to win, but we shall see if Heyman does this to any of the other competitors in the weeks leading up to the pay-per-view. If not, I think we shall see Balor versus Lesnar in the coming months, possibly next month, for the title. In other action, Elias Samson, otherwise known as the Drifter, made his in-ring debut against Dean Ambrose in a non-title match. Samson earned the victory by disqualification after The Miz interfered in the match, attacking Samson to give him the victory over Ambrose. The build-up to The Miz and Ambrose for the Intercontinental title continues. Enzo Amore was also attacked backstage in a blindside fashion, with the attacker not being discovered as of the end of the program. And we also learned of the stipulation of a match for Extreme Rules, as Matt Hardy defeated Sheamus, granting him and Jeff the choice of match. They announced that it will be a steel cage match for the Raw Tag Team titles. That about covers the important events for Raw, so now we turn our attention to SmackDown Live. After his huge upset victory to become WWE Champion, Jinder Mahal was certainly discussed often throughout the broadcast. The most important moments of the show occurred in the first 15 minutes of the broadcast, which is probably not a good thing. Shane McMahon came down to the ring to make some announcements. With everyone's attention now turned to their next pay-per-view show, Money in the Bank, Shane O'Mac was equipped with some announcements. He first announced that Randy Orton will get his rematch for the title against Jinder Mahal in the main event. The other major announcement was to name the 5 members of the Money in the Bank ladder match. These wrestlers consisted of AJ Styles, Baron Corbin, Sami Zayn, Dolph Ziggler, and then Kevin Owens. Shane O'Mac stopped Owens and informed him that he was certainly not part of this match, and then proceeded to announce the actual 5th competitor, which was Shinsuke Nakamura. Owens was furious and demanded that he also be granted a shot since he was victorious at Backlash. After hearing him out, Shane added Owens to the match, making it with 6 competitors now. It makes you think that with these 8 people already announced for 2 matches, that the rest of the card will be very thin for Money in the Bank. And that is the case when the WWE splits their talent between the 2 shows. The rest of the show mainly consisted of the continuation of feuds, with Zayn and Corbin fighting, the Usos fighting Breezango, Charlotte and Becky fighting the Welcoming Committee, as well as the main event tag team match, which had Owens and Ziggler face Styles and Nakamura. There was also a Punjabi celebration to honor Jinder Mahal, but like I said before, the show was pretty flat after the opening. Another thing I was wondering as well, given that the title match is already decided for the Money in the Bank show, is what is happening to Rusev and his demand for a title match at this show. I already voiced my displeasure about this when this was announced by Rusev a month ago. I didn't like how they are planning matches for shows which aren't even the next one up, and considering that it appears that the WWE is dropping this opportunity altogether, makes me even more annoyed. Rusev's statement wasn't even very long ago, so the WWE better find a way to address this, or else they will look even more incompetent. Well, that appears to cover all the important WWE news for the week. Please feel free to comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.